It started one day when we all were at a function down at the center. They were there with the kids planting flowers and doing gardening with the kids. And I got on my knees and started helping too. And ever since then, it just rooted from there.
Pollinator protectors, in my mind, is a group of communities or partners across the country who care about beauty in gardens, care about making their neighborhood a better place.
The idea behind DC Natives is really about creating more options for pollinators and to create more pathways and more landing pads for them, to welcome them in and to create more places for them to feed and reproduce.
And are working jointly to create more habitat for them.
Maybe I was thinking the Asclepias would go there and here and perhaps it's there.
DC Natives creates gardens with native plants to increase pollinator habitat in Washington, D.C., supporting a healthy climate while creating accessible local beauty every resident deserves. Since 2019, the Endangered Species Coalition has collaborated with DC Natives, providing funding for native plants to establish a robust pollinator habitat through our Pollinator Protectors campaign.
With the DC Natives, those flowers kind of bring a whole new, you can almost like woo-saw when you walk into the community. And it makes a difference. It makes it feel like home. So I've been here in the Eastland Gardens community for 20 years. When you think of Eastland Gardens, I think people think of flowers. And so when thinking of DC Natives, it just seemed like a perfect partnership because it continued with our purpose and our ideas of beautification, and it comes free. Who could just imagine? And it feels like a partnership, a friendship.
You know, like how Susie, only one came up.
Well, I'm gonna go by.
And from there, my grandchildren, especially my second one, he loves to plant. So not only did it touch me as a senior, it also touched my grandchildren. Children learn by doing. And with them putting their hands in the dirt and painting the little stones, and then when they come back and see the gardens, especially during the springtime, and then it blooms, you talking about beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful sight.
We are so tightly tied to pollinators for our own survival, and so many of them are facing this drastic decline that I think for a lot of people is invisible.
More than ever, native pollinators are at risk today from a litany of threats, including the loss of native plant habitat by the use of pesticides and toxins, and adverse climate change as a whole. However, when we work with native plants to provide a habitat for our native pollinator species, we are collaborating with nature and local communities. We are co-creating hands-on experiences benefiting native wildlife and ensuring access to natural space for all.
You know, even people who aren't involved in DC Natives, I see them, looking at our gardens and doing something similar in theirs and kind of, picking up the vibe, I guess. So that's been really cool.
But I personally think it's more than the flowers. I think it's more about the socialization.
Just to see the beautification and then to know that these are DC native flowers and plants, and they come back every year. So it's not something that I have to continue to replace, and they continue to grow and bloom and enlarge. And so I just love it.
They all want to know, can we get one like yours? I told them, sure you can. Just let me know and I'll let them know, and they will come and plant a garden for you too.
In 5 or 10 years, I would love to see, my whole street and the street next to it and the one next to that just covered in native plants and flowers, and just, gosh, I imagine this community full of butterflies and hummingbirds and this just beauty and folks sort of working together on it, and yeah, that's what I would love to see.